Welcome back, guys. Unknown 003 here, coming at you with another Killer Instinct character tutorial. And this time we got the good old Trailblazer himself, Cinder. So compared to his 1994 counterpart, he's definitely a lot more difficult to use in this game. But he's got a lot of really cool tools to use, especially for like the advanced players, because again, he's pretty difficult. But he can control the air pretty well with his Trailblazer move, and he does have like decent like burnout stuff. You know, we'll get more into that once we talk about it. But yeah, Cinder is all about dealing potential damage. You know, he's not a very damaging character. If anything, most of the damage is gonna come from burning the character, and if they keep moving that particular part of their body, whether it's like the arms or the legs, they're going to keep taking potential damage. And so, with that being said, he has a potential of dealing 100% damage, which is very scary, of course. So, I'll teach you more about that and the capabilities of that as we go through. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started on like the basic neutrals. So you got the light, you got the medium punch, heavy punch. Obviously not very good in range, but there's a reason for that. Medium, heavy, light, simple. Not incredible range. But yeah, here's a crouching heavy sweep. Just not really too eventful when you think of Cinder's neutrals, of course. But yeah, let's go into some of the more interesting things. So, for example, we got, if you do down heavy kick in the air, he'll do this kind of like reverse flip kick. And this has the potential to recapture opponents when they are in the air. So, yeah, if they jump, for example, let's do this. Bam! And then you go from there. Just capitalize on it. He is all focused on stylizing the character while you're doing combos. So, very cool. And honestly, pretty fun. Like, once you kind of figure out Cinder, I promise you'll have a lot more fun with him than the struggles to actually kind of pick him up in the first place. So, yeah, we got this move. If you're really good with timing, you could keep doing it constantly, but I haven't really been able to do it incredibly well. But anyways, enough about that. So he's got combination moves with his punches. So you could do all three lights. Very quick, but again, not very damaging. Medium. And heavy. So yeah, as you see, the heavy version can launch the opponent a little bit in the air, and of course you can jump cancel so that you can combo like accordingly, like however you decide to do it, really. Yeah, see, it's pretty sick, right? Like, just going up with it on the fly. He's got a lot of potential for like cool combos and stuff. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. And not only that, like, you can mix up the different types of like strengths of the punches. So you could do heavy, light, medium. You could do medium, heavy, light, or you could do light, heavy, medium. So like, literally stylize it the way you would like, and you go from there. Like, you could do, and then just cancel into a special move. Try to burn out the character. Deal out the potential damage, and when you get the opportunity, just cash it out. So, very interesting things that Cinder can do. Anyways, let's get into the first special move that he has, which is back forward punch. Just throws a Pyro ball. Doesn't look like anything special, right? He could throw up to 3. Yeah, because although he could technically throw more, they're just gonna despawn after a while, so you got 3. And yeah, you don't have like too much time to really use them. So I'd say like 5 seconds roughly. So yeah, if you want to keep using it, and then you activate all 3 punches, you get that, which is pretty neat. And of course, that does it does deal out a little bit of potential damage as well. And then you can keep spamming it, you can just go to town with it. The distance of the Pyro Bombs actually change depending on the button you press with the punches. So, light is going to go far. Medium is going to go like, as like average arc. And then heavy is going to be more focused on kind of like catching the opponent off guard in the air or disappearing from the screen momentarily and then just appearing. So, however you decide to do it, that's completely up to you. But yeah, one of the interesting things that he can do is that if you do like a hard knockdown or something like that, activate it, it's immediate like pop-up, man, which is awesome. Or as the fighting game community calls it, an OTG, which is off the ground attack. Not a lot of characters have that in this game, which is very nice. So yeah, just like that, you can figure out how you want to stylize on your opponent and then go from there. So yeah, that's Pyro Bomb. And the Shadow version of it is pretty much no different. But again, it depends on the trajectory on like the two buttons you press. So medium and heavy, it's more focused on, again, kind of like catching an opponent off guard in the air. Light and medium, that's when you get like almost the full screen throw. And bam! It does a pretty good amount of damage, as you can see. And then, again, no differently, you could also do that as well. So, yeah. And as for the heavy version, or the Ender, it is a battery ender, so you will gain meter for it if you do end that, or end with that particular input. So if you're low on meter, it's definitely the recommended one for you to do. Unless you want to deal out the damage, but again, that just depends on the moment. But yeah, so that's basically that. So we'll go into his down back punch. It doesn't look like anything really special. It's just kind of like a wake-up move that you could probably do, but the startup is a little long. Yeah, see, and that's roughly what it looks like as the as a linker. But yeah, if you do the shadow version of it, it does a lot of hits, like 10 hits, which is pretty funny. But yeah, this is where one of his more interesting character traits kind of comes in. So if you do end with the down back punch, so now Fulgor is on fire, and as you can see in the top right, he is gaining potential damage, so that if you do combo otherwise, there you go. Cinder is able to deal a lot of damage with that, especially if the opponent is going to keep pressing punches and stuff. I'll go ahead and show you an example. Okay, so Cinder, Fulgor's on fire, right? Yeah, you notice the fires are going up because he keeps pressing buttons, right? So yeah, if he stops moving around and he's just kind of like focused on using his legs instead, that's when the potential damage will go away. But again, it leaves too much chance, and then bam. Look at that. That's like almost 60% health because he kept using his arms. So that's one of the dangerous things about Cinder, man, because if he gets that burnout damage from you, and all that potential damage is out there waiting to be used, it's gonna hurt, like, a lot. So you gotta be careful with how you use it, especially if you're the opponent and playing against the Cinder player. But yeah, that's a down back punch for you. And since we're talking about burnout stuff, let's go ahead and go into down back kick. It's called the Inferno, in case you couldn't tell. And yeah, it's once again very similar to this. And the shadow version of it is pretty much the same. Very toasty. Alright, yeah, so that's basically the gist of it for this one. It's basically the same thing as what I just told you, but the difference is that for the ender of this, now he's cooking your legs. Your legs are the one that's going to be paying the price, so if you keep using leg attacks, of course, that's when the potential damage will continue to go up. So there will be some players that'll take advantage of like ending it with the arm, and if they get another combo, they'll end it with the leg. Look at that. He's on fire completely, and that potential damage is just waiting to be cashed out. And sure enough, yeah, you got 60% of health taken, and he didn't even move anything. Didn't even press a button. Just easy damage for him. And another thing to note is that if an opponent is blocking... Oh yeah, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me make this dude block, because he's not blocking. There we go. So if you see from the top right on Fulgor's meat health, there is still potential damage that is coming out, even despite him blocking. So that's one of the other dangerous traits that he does have as well. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it for his burnout. Like, he takes advantage of it any way he can with it. Obviously, with the burnout, you just gotta rely on the potential damage that's being progressively increasing depending on how often you've been burning the opponent. It doesn't matter whether it's the arm or legs. Honestly, depending on the kind of character you are fighting against. So with like Maya, for example, that's when you want to be reliant on burning her legs, because she is more of a leg character in terms of her attacks. And then when you go into someone like Combo, for example, more focused on his punches, of course, so you want to burn his torso. So yeah. Know the character you're fighting against and know how to capitalize burning them, especially on the part of their body they're going to be using the most. So yeah, that's the basic gist of Cinder's burnout properties. And now we'll go into his Trailblazer move. So this is simply back forward kick. Depending on what button you press. This is, so for one, this is back forward light kick. This is back forward medium. And this is back forward heavy. The startup is a little long, but this is a low attack. So, very cool. And yeah, like, it doesn't look like anything special at first, right? You got the heavy version, like the Ender. It's a wall splat, so you can... You know, again, do a grab. You could do... Well, we'll talk about that part in a second. But yeah, just capitalize any way you can if you get the wall splat. So yeah, one of the important things to know about his Trailblazer is, for one, you can do it in the air, of course. But you could do it up to 3 times as a chain. That really depends on the directional input that you press. So you could do the, if you're trying to, like, especially kind of like keep a distance. Yeah, so it's got to be a different button for you to kind of continue it. Yeah. Yeah, as I said, this is where a lot of his air control is kind of coming in. And then you could do... do that, for example. You could do this. Like, the cross-up options for this is very dangerous for this character. And especially if you do get a confirm, you could just do this as well. Especially if they are in the air. So yeah, see what I mean? Like, it's pretty dangerous. But yeah, like for me personally, I haven't been able to master that. But dude, I promise you, when you go online and you see people that are like high-level Cinder players, you're gonna see a ton of creativity with what they can do with the Trailblazer, like setups and overheads. The combos especially are very fun to watch, but again, super difficult if you're trying to pick it up at first. So yeah, that's the basic gist of it for Trailblazer. And as for his shadow version, it does have invulnerability to projectiles, so you can punish accordingly and go from there, man. But yeah, the last thing, well, aside from his grabs, actually, let's talk about his grabs. So it doesn't look like anything crazy, right? Just a standard 10% damaging grab. But there are two things that you could do. So for one, if you do have one of his Pyro Bombs set up, you could cancel and activate it immediately. And of course, with that, you can combo accordingly and just go from there. And the second thing that you could do is that before he does the final hit, if you do press the down back punch or down back kick, basically his burnout enders, you get the burnout, which is very cool. So yeah, you could do either two of those things. You could commit to the grab, have the hard knockdown, you could do the Pyro Bomb and combo off of that, or you could do the burnout. But it is a little picky on timing, so just all you got to do is get used to the timing on that, and then you'll be square. So yeah. So last thing that we gotta talk about is his, well, for one, his instinct, but this is basically a fire state that you can see he's in. If he uses a special move, you notice like the more intense flames have kind of disappeared, but after 8 seconds he'll get it back. Just like that. So they kind of enhance the properties of the special move. But yeah, like, oh, there is another special move we haven't talked about yet. But yeah, down, up, kick. That's not what it's supposed to look like, but the standard one is just this. That's basically his anti-air special move. It doesn't look like anything special. But yeah, this is where the damage is going to come in, especially if you're trying to finish an ender. So down, up, kick. And of course, depending on the amount of like green rectangles right there that you see, yeah, he's got a lot of combo potential, man. He'll do a lot of hits with his standard moves in itself. So yeah, that's where the damage comes in. And yeah, that's gonna lead us now to like the fire properties, which is here, 1 second. Yeah, fired up. That's basically all it's called. So yeah, when he is fired up, as you see right there, I'll go ahead and show the down up again. You see how he gets that follow-up attack, just the pillar of flame there for a second. It just leads to a launcher, and it just leads him to be able to combo off of it. So you could do this, and then go from there. And yeah, that's for that. I'll go ahead and use Instinct, because basically this will allow him to be fired up throughout the duration of Instinct. So as you can see, the fireballs are a little bit bigger, and they do leave a little bit more of a punch on their activation. And as for his Trailblazer, it does, I believe it actually has slightly more distance. Let's test this theory. No, it does the same, but again, it's usually either more damaging or it leads to more potential damage. Yeah, so that's the basic gist of it for is fired up, man. Like, because again, you could do this. And as for his Inferno, when he is fired up, it does a lot more range, as you can see. Yeah, because this is a standard one. Not very far in range, but once you instinct it, or he is fired up, you get that kind of additional distance for it. So yeah, that's basically Cinder for you guys. I know this was a bit to take in. He definitely has a lot more depth to his special moves, especially Trailblazer in itself. But hopefully this was somewhat easy to understand. And yeah, just feel free to try this character out if you do feel you are ready to try him out. And we'll just go from there. But yeah, tune in next week where we're going to be talking about Arya, the quote-unquote ultra tech final boss, if you will. Well, at least until Season 3 comes out. But anyways, that's going to do it for now, y'all. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Fight on, everyone.
I would not want to be you today. I would not want to be you today. Ready. Fight. That was too much fun! Supreme victory!